Prevention, Chapter 2, Parley.
Well, that's certainly a worrying claim.
Princess Celestia looked down at the stalwart stallion. He gazed back up at her, blankly.
And that she kills me in your timeline is the reason that she is unwilling to see me in ours?
Celestia continued, and he nodded. It appears that way, Princess. Celestia blinked.
Well, that's just silly.
Quickly and gently removing the stallion from her path, the Solar Princess opened the door and trotted into the room. Pip blinked once as the magic on him dissipated. He turned to look at the door, reaching off out to open it and gain entrance.
We would not do that if we were thou.
Princess Luna stepped from a shadowed corner of the hallway, seeming to materialize from nothing. Pip blinked.
Tia can be quite impertinent when interrupted from matters that she hath deemed important.
In my timeline, Luna used modern equestrian while she full sat me. Am I to assume that you cannot speak as I do?
You speak in a more formal tone than what would be called modern, Pipsqueak.
Luna sighed.
But nonetheless, I can speak normally. I just prefer not to when I speak to ponies I am unfamiliar with.
Oh, you wound me, Princess. I retained a deep friendship with you until you attacked her ladyship. Made it difficult for her ladyship to trust me.
Was that why you killed me? To gain her trust?
No. I killed you because you needed to die to ensure the revolution was successful. If any royalty had survived, it would have undermined her ladyship's claims of victory over the oppressive Diarok regime that was formed by you and your sister.
Were we really that bad? Did we change so much between now and then that we had to die?
Luna asked, curiosity clear in her voice. No. I cannot say that you have changed much at all.
So we are an oppressive Diarok regime already?
In a sense. Already you surround yourself with nobility, and only on special occasions grace the common pony with your presence. You listen to their complaints only when they come to you, a task that is arduous at best, and for most ponies, impossible. This lack of practical approachability is exacerbated by the extremely common belief that you and Celestia are omnipotent beings, to which many ponies makes you appear as though you are aware of their troubles, in which you are actually not, and thus gives them the belief that you are either already working on a solution to their particular problem, or simply don't care. The ponies who feel the latter are afraid to speak their discontent due to your gods and the fact that they are thinking that you're omnipotent, and thus could quite easily destroy them. I have personally observed you and your sister be notified of this attitude, and dismissing it as cute without noting the obvious ramifications. Pip took a breath, face still maintaining the same blank expression. As well, many ponies feel unworthy to speak to you, given your regality and the surroundings in which you have immersed yourself, and thus are unwilling to speak with you in an attempt to avoid offending you. Many ponies will also avoid complaining around those who know you, such as the elements of harmony, and only in their direst of circumstances, such as the Appaloosa-Buffalo conflicts, with negative situations being brought to your or their attention. This leads to situations such as that in Trottingham, where on your first visit after befriending my younger self, almost every pony I knew there tried to stay away from me lest they offend me, and by extension, you. By the fact that they had a miserable existence. Another breath. Newspapers are commonly censored to avoid reporting negative occurrences, lest they offend you by saying that you aren't doing a perfect job. The homeless are needy, and are thrown into prison like common houses to avoid their appearance on city streets, while nothing is done to actually help them. Celebrations and holidays occur weekly to draw attention away from the dangerous working conditions, inadequate healthcare coverage, and worker numbers. It's an economy that prevents advancement, regular instances of apocalypse-level events, and numerous other problems that are part of the common pony's life. Third breath. All the while, you and your sister stay here in the palace, unaware of these problems because you can't be bothered to listen. Pip finished, eyes still locked on Luna, who was struggling to keep her jaw from hitting the floor.
We were not...
I can assure you, Princess, that I personally have nothing against you or your sister. But should you want your head to remain attached to your neck, I would suggest that you accept the conditions of the Charter this time.
The Charter?
It's the document which forms the basis of the Pony Democratic Republic of Equestria Constitution. Its rejection by you and your sister directly led to the formation of the Pony's Democratic Front, which was the organization that overthrew the royalty and formed the first government of the Pony's Democratic Republic of Equestria. It was written by a ladyship, Rising Dawn, formerly known as Twilight Sparkle, who also became the first pony and headed the government during and after the revolution.
And Applejack said that you didn't talk much.
I didn't. Now, I do. Luna sighed. She seemed to be doing that a lot, she noticed.
So this charter's rejection was what caused the revolution, correct?
Pip nodded.
Well, are you aware of the reasons of why we rejected it?
No, Princess. Her ladyship stated that neither you nor your sister gave a reason for the refusal, only stating that such a document was unacceptable to you. Luna rubbed her forehoof between her eyes.
Can you give a summary of the charter's contents, then?
I can give the charter's entirety, should you wish.
How long is it?
The current one, or the one that you rejected? Luna was about to reply when the door shot open. Pip immediately leapt at the open space, but was once again caught in a gentle glow of magic. Celestia parked him beside the door. As she slowly exited the room, a peaceful prone purple pony laying on her back. Luna raised an eyebrow at her sister, who gazed back and barely stifled a giggle at the younger's bemused expression.
She no longer thinks that she is a risk to me, at least.
Celestia shifted her wings as Twilight snuggled into her back. She glanced at Pip, whose gaze repeatedly shifted between the princess and her passenger.
Don't worry, she's safe.
In my time, if her ladyship were in such a position, she would have put her horn through your spine, Pip stated blandly.
Then it's good that this is in your timeline, isn't it?
Celestia replied, and Pip blinked.
Now come. I wish to have a chat with this broken shield.
Broken Shield tapped at a loose masonry block under his hoof. There had been no further communiques between him and his younger self, so he occupied his mind with the various ways that he could escape the cell and kill the little purple plot that was once his sister, before he was stopped and executed. She should be in the hospital. Extra security there should be maybe 10 ponies between me and her when I get down there. Just need to slip by them, explain inherent training flaws when needed, find her room, and stab her with a scalpel. No chance of being in the room. Brain with bedpan. No, too slow and loud. Crush her heart with magic. Tried that. Too much concentration needed. Or maybe, if I could sharpen my horn, I could... Broken's musings were cut off, as the hallway outside his cell echoed with a cacophony of hoof-falls. Mutterings were heard in several distinct but muddled voices, and suddenly the heavy door to his cell swung open, as though it was made of linen. A familiar white alicorn stood in the open doorway, her wings partially opened, and her face a solid mask of serene stoicism. Broken's heart leapt at the sight. "Milady Princess!" The former royal guard brought his head to the floor in as close of an approximation of a bow as he could in the circumstances. "I heard the guards discussing your imminent arrival, but I did not actually expect..."
Broken shield.
The alicorn said softly. Memories of a happier time hit Broken faster than a rain boom, and he couldn't help but grin as he looked up at her.
You seem to have been through quite a trial, my little pony. Your wounds speak much of suffering, and your mind appears clouded and fragmented.
She walked further into the room, her wings coming further up as space allowed them, and the door swinging shut behind her. Broken Shield seriously lives up to his name, that poor bastard. But hey, his sanity still might be salvageable. Anyways, let's get on to our perfect donators. Top donators: TacoCat598, Peter Coulthard, J Tin Man, Darkside, Ponyman, and Gauntlet. Star 630, Rayden, Blackmoonheart, Drake Lovedragon, Dospo, Delta Omega, Runescythe 9852, Hunter Norman, Dash of Evergreen, Rhine Dragonwolf, Secret Moon, Tal Rasha, The Toilet Snake, Sword Brethren Mordred, Ronin Wandering, Random Person Man Guy, Easy, Jack Hadge, Skyochia, Leslie Prickett, Jordan Peterson, Crimson Kitten A9, Lightskin, Monster Kitty, Starlight Glimmer, Lightning Blitz, Squiddy Boy, David E. Sanchez, Soul Dragon, Gaggy, Trey, Shadow Drake, Joe Piercy, Alex F., Rainbow Dash, Teal'c Anderson, TV Killer, John Becker, Leon Reynolds, Raven Speedster, Zach Rakau, Mystery CU, Edgar Garcia, One Kingdom 1, Nissa Rusan, Vazuri, Dyslexic Character Sheets, Just a Random Boy, Hodrick Plincart, A Crazy Person, Ponyman365, Neapolitan, Sex of 9, and Shyfire. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and live life to the fullest.